Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey, Adam G! And now the time has come for me to reveal my final leaderboard for the 69th edition of Miss Universe. After following all the 74 contestants since their crowning or appointment moment more than a year ago, I am now ready to reveal my top 21 picks. Please bear in mind that the basis for my final leaderboard is very comprehensive as I based it from everything I have seen during their conduct and performances since the time they all arrived in Florida. Therefore, it was not just what we had seen in the preliminary competition yesterday, but the entirety of the 10 days of their entire 10-day stay in Symonel Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So, who do you think made my final top 21 list? Well, you better stick around for that. At my number 21 is Brazil's Julia Gama. I really have to give it to Julia. Hard work really pays off for this girl as I am finally acknowledging everything she has done since her crowning moment. Her physical transformation from her appointment all the way until how she has carefully studied her styling for this pageant is truly commendable. As we all know, the styling of these Brazilian queens, I feel, have really eluded them from winning the crown. And I love how Julia has really taken the time to really study what works best for her in terms of her styling. Maybe it helps that she is a celebrity in China, so she is so used to dressing up and showcasing the very best of herself, which we saw in the preliminary competition yesterday. And for that alone, she deserves a recognition in my list. So well done, Julia. Next on my list is Chile's Daniela Nicolas. Out of all the contestants who were crowned during their national pageants, Daniela Nicolas, was the only woman who gave me goosebumps all over my body, and she has still been generating the same excitement when she arrived in Miami, Florida. Guys, until now, no doubt she has one of the most beautiful faces in the competition and really works hard to really make her countrymen proud. I just hope if ever she makes it to top 21 tomorrow, I hope that she will tone down her pasarela as I find it quite excessive, especially during the swimsuit round, or overly done. I know she wants to win, but sometimes I feel less is more. Also, I just find it sad that the opening speeches are being scrapped out as I believe Chile has a great backstory for us to be inspired. So, but we'll see. I hope that if ever Chile really makes it to the next round, I really hope that she will slay the swimsuit round. At number 19 is Singapore's Bernadette Ong. If it were up to me, Bernadette deserves to really get a call in the top 21 tomorrow for her overall showmanship in the competition. She is sassy and full of confidence all throughout the competition, and her turn during the prelims in NatCos really sealed the deal for me to include her in my list. I instantly noticed her when she set foot in Miami rocking that new blonde bob cut a la Eliza Marinao haircut, and how she was able to gain momentum thereafter due to her fun and engaging IG stories. If that's any indication, I am confident that she was able to present herself in the closed door interview wonderfully. For me, her defining moment in this competition was her national costume where she strutted with a huge cape bearing a strong social message which actually made headlines in the US media circuit. In fact, even Diet Prada was able to cover her. You know Diet Prada naman on Instagram, right? If Diet Prada on Instagram, who is famous on social media, featured her, that means she must be doing something right. Remember, Diet Prada was the one who first broke out Sarah Rose Summers' indiscretion involving with a fellow contestant during the Miss Universe 2018 competition. And for me, going back to Singapore, she also sealed the deal for me when she rocked her gown in the preliminary competition. I thought she really had a moment there. So I think after almost 35 years, looks like Singapore might be heading to the semifinals of Miss Universe. At number 18 is Indonesia's Ayu Maulida. We have seen, let's admit it, we have seen little coverages of Ayu Maulida during her stint in Miss Universe. But in those moments, she really delivered. Prior to the competition, there were talks of her having poor communication skills, but she did her homework so well. It's like someone gave her a lot of assignments to this for this job in the competition, but it felt like she gave a thesis paper on how she presented herself in the competition. Ganun siya kagaling for me. She really surprised me. Her defining moment for me came when she acquitted herself during that special FYI press junket a few days ago, wherein we were revealed with this pleasant transformation, diba? And because let's face it, Ayu is a model, so there was no doubt she aced her swimsuit and evening gown presentation yesterday. But when she finally gave that interview in FYI, we saw a different side of her. I feel since 2016, Indonesia has been really sending strong girls in the competition, tall and modeless. But it's only 2 years ago that they finally started getting the formula care of Frederica Call, and the streak will most likely continue again with Ayu's performance this edition. At number 17 is Venezuela's Maria Arteaga. For me, Miss Venezuela is probably one of the biggest surprises of this edition. Everyone already counted her out in all their predictions prior to arrival in Florida, because let's face it, she doesn't look like the Miss Venezuela we are so used to. In the first few days of the competition, in fact, she was going low in everyone's radar. But as Shamsi Soup Soup said, she is speaking at the right time. So, and I also like the fact, and I really applaud her for learning to speak English, which gave her a good advantage over everyone else. Yeah, over her Latina counterparts. It might not be perfect, but she was able to impress the pageant viewers during her FYI interview. And then during the prelims yesterday, she really performed like a true Miss Venezuela. Strong, confident, and very poised. It's as if Osmel Souza was training her. I guess right now it's safe to say that Venezuela is still a powerhouse, even in the IMG era, as she is most likely to continue the winning streak of her country. At number 16 is Nova Stevens. No questions asked, Nova Stevens is one of the strongest communicators of this batch. This girl can definitely speak, and not only that, she has a strong advocacy and relevant, if I may add. People are really talking about her not because of her the recent controversy that she is associated with, but the hype is because of her. But let's face it, guys, this is still a beauty pageant. So when she delivered a very strong presentation in the prelims yesterday, especially during the evening gown round, I thought she was able to prove to everyone that she is still a force to reckon with, and that she can go head to head with the strongest girls of this batch. So I wouldn't be surprised if she plays higher than my prediction tomorrow. And now we go to our top 15. At my number 15 spot is USA's Asya Branch. For me, USA has been a hit or miss throughout this pageant. There were moments she would really excel, like the Thattil shots that were released and the FYI interview. But in certain activities, she would get lost in the crowd that you wouldn't really notice her. But during yesterday's preliminary competition, she was able to hold her own, telling us why she was crowned Miss USA in the first place. I just wish she has a different gown for the finals to really elevate her even further. At number 14 is France Amandine Petit. For me, Amandine is one of those girls who doesn't have to scream to be heard or to wear something loud to be noticed. All throughout the pageant, she has given us that quiet French sophistication reminiscent of Iris Mittener or even her predecessor, Meza. Yung alam mo yon, yung feeling mo na wala siyang ginagawa, pero she has always been noticed. Like, she doesn't have to twirl or make TikTok videos, but you will be so drawn by her personality. Aside from that, this girl can also talk, so no questions asked about her comm skills. During the prelims naman, pack na pack yung body niya as she was able to give a solid performance during this round. I think what brought her down was her evening gown performance instead. I wish she could change her gown for the finals because the teal gown that she wore during the finals or during the preliminary competition really overwhelmed her frame. And on my number 13th spot is Australia's Maria Thattil. Prior to the competition, Maria was one of the most hyped girls by pageant enthusiasts, whether you are Latino or Asian. So when she arrived in Florida, a lot of pageant fans were quite underwhelmed as she kind of lost her spark. But prelims came and she totally rocked the competition. Who would have thought she had a rocking body underneath? In terms of gown naman, it was kind of so-so. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. But that's only 40% of her total score. But as outspoken as she is, for sure she would have nailed the other 60%, which is the closed door interview. The judges would have definitely fallen in love with her because she has a very strong voice. For those of you who are still in doubt due to her height, this girl really makes it up for her face and her commanding presence on screen because we all know for a fact that being good in interviews is a requirement for this job, and she really fits the job description well. And at my number 12 spot is Romania's Bianca Tirsin. For me, Bianca Tirsin is the face of the batch. She really doesn't have a bad angle, and what we saw in pictures pre-arrival was the girl we saw in Miami, Florida. And not only that, she also has a killer body, and that's a lethal combination. Throughout the pre-pageant activities, she might not have a defining moment, but she has always impeccably styled herself well, making pageant fans notice her all the time. As for her prelims performance, I think it really justifies a top 21 placement. She was not very fierce or vavavoom, but rather very queenly and poised with her aura expected from a European queen. To be honest, I really can't wait to see her showmanship come finals because I know may ibubuga pa itong si Bianca Tirsin. At my number 11th spot goes to Iceland's Elisa Hulda. I started to notice Elisabet Hulda right away during arrivals. In fact, she was one of my best dressed during that time because for me, she brought in a new flavor as it was all about Scandinavian fashion for this girl. But what surprised me the most, I really initially packaged her as a very Taylor Swift girl next door, but her personality was really a revelation. Who knew she can speak in multiple languages, and in fact is so fun to watch in her IG stories. And her look was very chameleon, like how she was able to suit sexier and fiercer looks assigned to her by Muba Cosmetics. Her prelims performance gave her the edge she needed through her gown. It was simple, but her overall styling made her a standout. At number 10 is Colombia's Laura Olascuaga. I really have to give it to this girl. This girl is really a fighter. Her countrymen may not be impressed during her coronation, but her transformation has not been in your face as she was able to slowly show it throughout the competition. In her FYI interview, we saw a very charming lady, but then during prelims, she presented herself as someone who's very strong, confident, who is very deserving of at least of a top 10 finish just based on her performance regardless of her sash. She really has proven that she really deserves to be a top 10 finisher. And on my number 9th spot is Thailand's Amanda Obdam. Initially, prior to the competition, I would have ranked Amanda higher. But the thing is, we haven't seen much of that transformation from her. But no questions asked, this girl is very beautiful and she has the wardrobe to really elevate her candidacy. So she is really able to turn heads. Her performance during the preliminaries was great, but it left one thing for me because I feel how she performed in Miss Universe Thailand last year was the same performance that she gave yesterday. Parang there's no drastic transformation that I have seen compared to her predecessors. Her gown looks so good on her as well, but I can't help but feel that Catriona comparison, and I think I really have to address that big elephant in the room. Because ever since her stint in Miss Universe Thailand, there were Catriona comparisons already, and we have seen it again in her swimsuit preliminary performance. I don't know if there is a conscious effort to have Catriona as her reference, but I hope that she is able to present herself as Amanda tomorrow night, so she will shine bright. And my number 8 spot goes to Jamaica's Miqueal Simone Williams. Miqueal has been giving the front runners of this competition a run for their money. She might not have the training, the wardrobe, and the machinery as the other girls, but she was able to stand out in this competition because of her beauty and communication skills. She had a very impactful arrival, but her day-to-day wardrobe was so-so and never really had a defining moment in this competition as well. However, she shone during the preliminary competition yesterday. Because for me, she really registers so well in front of the camera, and in fact was giving me a Leila Lopez vibe during the competition. No doubt, guys, this girl could penetrate the top 20 due to her strong communication skills. I am sure the judges are impressed that there is substance to this lady. And my number 7 spot goes to Mexico's Andrea Meza. If there is an award for the most consistent throughout the competition, I will really give it to Andrea Meza. From her arrival to her preliminary performance yesterday, you could really see that she really gave it all. Fate favors the prepared, and Mexico has been giving us ladies in the past years who are the overall package. They have great bodies, beautiful, tall, and intelligent, and Andrea perfectly fits the bill. I still wanna see her take more risk in the finals, in my opinion, as she has been giving safe performances. Like, I want her to do more drama with her presentation a la Sofia Aragon, because let's face it, her predecessor really set the bar so high for Mexico. And number 6 on my list is Nepal's Anshika Sharma. For me, Anshika is definitely the ultimate dark horse in the competition, as she really came out of nowhere. In fact, at this point, she's not considered a dark horse anymore but a front runner in the competition. If ever I have to describe her Miss Universe journey now, it would be unexpected. From her national costume to her prelims performance and her regal aura in the evening gown presentation, I never thought that she was a performer and really worthy of a high placement. If one of my top 5 ladies underperform in the finals tomorrow, she could really easily fill their spots. That's how formidable she is right now. And now we go to our top 5. And number 5 on my list is Rabia Mateo from the Philippines. Obviously, Rabia is my sentimental favorite to win the title and definitely worthy of the first Miss Universe Philippines title, as this girl has been in her A game ever since she landed in Florida. And guys, aminin nyo naman, bigay na bigay todo talaga si Ibiang. And most of you might be wondering why she is in my top 5 given her performance yesterday. Because I know this girl has been holding back, and that has always been the trick that she has been doing ever since. Rabia for me kasi is one of those girls who doesn't need to pull out all stops during prelims. Yet she will be the first ones to unleash her bombs out of nowhere, similar to her performance in Miss Universe Philippines last year. Usually, the girls from Aces and Queens are reserving their ammunition, like their signature walk or even their best look in the finals. So everything that we are seeing in Rabia right now isn't the complete look yet. Tignan nyo na lang sina Janine, Ara, and even Pia noon. Their performances and prelims were not yet at their best, but come finals night, they came slaying it. Remember what Ara did during her swimsuit round in 2013, diba? She topped it. So, ito na nasasabihin ko sa inyo, expect the unexpected for Rabia Mateo tomorrow. And my third runner-up goes to South Africa's Natasha Joubert. Although there is an immense pressure on Natasha's shoulders to pull off a back-to-back win for her country, unlike other girls who had a similar mission, I feel her candidacy has been effortless. Because no questions asked, Natasha is an exceptional lady, really worthy of a top 5 finish. The only reason she ranked number 4 in my list was because her evening gown presentation yesterday was not as good as what I had imagined her to do. There is a possibility she would have ranked higher in my list if she switches to a better gown. And now we go to our top 3. And my second runner-up goes to Peru's Janique Maceta. For me, Peru has been one of my favorites, heavy favorites, since the competition started. She even ranked number 1 in my pre-arrival list, and she is one of those girls who is really the complete package and can win whether it be Trump era or IMG era, diba? In those 10 days of the competition, she was able to show to everyone why she deserves the hype we have been giving her. She has great styling, slays her photos all the time, and even speaks well. The only reason why she is only number 3 right now in my list, despite a very good performance in prelims, I feel she wasn't able to get the right styling for her during that moment. I've seen her in better looks before that would really highlight her beauty even more. If she could only sport that makeup she had during her shoot with Fadil in the finals, then she might be the one. And now, my first runner-up goes to India's Adeline Castellino. For me, Adeline is definitely the strongest Asian delegate this year and has proven herself ever since day 1 of the competition. Although all my top 5 girls have strong communication skills, this lady is the wisest one. Even in casual conversations, she is able to give you something profound. She makes you think when she talks, and she is able to give her opinion on something without sounding too aggressive. She is really fighting neck to neck with my number 1 girl at the moment, and I really have a difficulty who should it be. I think it all boiled down to the evening gown performance wherein the other girls surpassed her. I hope like the other girls, I hope Adeline will really switch to a better gown because I feel it was too simple for her. You know, the whole top 10 girls will really bring it tomorrow in the final. So I hope she has one more ace up her sleeve to show. And my number 1 overall pick for Miss Universe 69th edition is Puerto Rico's Estefania Torres. In the last 2 years, Puerto Rico has been able to regain its name as a Miss Universe powerhouse, sending us the likes of Kiara Ortega and Madison Barrios. And this year, Estefania is no exception. Prior to the competition, she has always been a well-spoken lady, but the only issue was that she always looked mature in her photos. But what I like about her transformation is that they were able to remedy this through her styling. When she set foot in Miami, Florida, she really looked fresh and fun without losing her appeal. I really have to give it to this girl. She really performed the best in the prelims, and if it were the finals, the crown would have been given to her. Because for me, she really slayed both the swimsuit and evening gown segments of the competition yesterday. Estefania, for me, might be one of the oldest in this year's competition, but she really turned this to her advantage. You could really see that there are life experiences with the way she talks and walks and her confidence as well. That's why she really proves that age is just a number. And did you know that she just recently turned 29? And what a fabulous belated birthday gift it would be from the universe if she will be given the crown. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my final leaderboard? Does it match yours? Well, as early as now, I am already anticipating your violent and passionate reactions on my comment section. But I won't mind. I'm so used to it. I would still read all your very fiery comments. For sure, may magdi-disagree sa inyo that I put Puerto Rico on top of my leaderboard. But anyway, ganun talaga. I couldn't please everyone. So there you go, guys. Ano kaya? Tomorrow kaya when I finally make my reaction video, would I be smiling? Would I be so happy or disappointed with the results? Well, you better find out on my next video. Bye! Enjoy watching Miss Universe tomorrow!